Shipmates, our Coast Guard, like the rest of America and the greater global community, is facing an unprecedented challenge from the novel coronavirus. I know there are a lot of questions on your mind as we come together as a service to take care of each other and our families while continuing our vital missions. To be frank, we don't have all the answers, but your senior leadership team is working diligently to obtain the best possible information to shape our posture and response efforts and to put information into your hands. Here's what I do know. We are America's maritime first responder. The nation is counting on us to keep commerce flowing, noting that 90+% of the goods we consume daily enter through our seaports and on our waterways. America is also counting on us to protect the homeland. The COVID-19 pandemic requires that we think and act very differently.
That means we have to deftly balance the risk to our workforce with the demands of our missions. We will have to prioritize essential operations and keenly focus our efforts. That also means we need to alter non-mission essential activities. Examples include the upcoming periodic health assessments and April weigh-ins. In the coming days, we will publish guidance on these and other items on the Coast Guard Coronavirus website.
For a multi-mission armed service with a rich history as first responders, we are all facing the complex COVID-19 pandemic together. The Master Chief Petty Officer of the Coast Guard and I understand that you're anxious. We know you're worried about your loved ones. With that in mind, we will support our shipmates who need it the most, whether that's based on medically high-risk dependent situations, the inability to resolve previously stable child care services, or otherwise. Leadership at all levels is the key to navigating through this together. This means looking out for each other, looking out for each other's families, and looking out for yourselves. Our field leaders are empowered and taking actions to adopt locally best-informed alternative work schedules, identify single points of failure, and to implement smart initiatives to preserve the workforce. However, today I'm tasking leaders across the service to be intrusive in assessing the personal readiness and unique circumstances of each individual at their unit. Last year's partial federal government shutdown reinforced that deck plate leadership, particularly through the Chief's Mess, is absolutely essential to leading our workforce through difficult times.
Remember, as members of the armed forces and first responder communities, the American public will look to us as role models. As such, the decisions you make off duty are just as important as the ones you make on duty. Practice social distancing, wash your hands regularly, and please follow the guidance of health officials.
Throughout our nation's history, Coast Guardsmen have always stood the watch and answered the call. Today, workforce preservation equates to mission readiness. We will continue to lead through leaders, and I trust that all of our leaders will use their training and judgment to optimally balance operations with the specific circumstances of your team and the local considerations at your geography. There will be no one-size-fits-all solutions. Moving forward, be creative and resourceful. Resiliency is in our organizational DNA. Together, we will get through this. Semper Paratus and Godspeed.